PFC. I had just made PFC in California right before they sent us over to Vietnam.
The first thing I did when I got my orders, that night I went out and got drunk. I got wasted. And I called my mother and I said, listen, hey, they sending me to the war. I'm coming home for 30 days and it's a wrap. And when I got home, I went and got drunk again. And then I left New York, went to California to ITR. And then I got other orders to go over. And I left out of El Toro down to San Diego. It's a 24-hour ride from there to Wake Island. Then we went to Okinawa. I spent a couple of days there. Long story short, September 4th is when I got in country. And it was almost 13 months. I hated that place. It was too hot. Hot weather-wise and hot getting shot at.
The biggest thing I was trying to accomplish was stay alive. It was very bad, very bad. The atmosphere was dark, and it was rainy and wet, hot, humid during the daytimes, and cold at night. Everything was wet. Our main focus was to stay alive and to do what we were told. As a PFC, we weren't included in any of the strategies or plans or anything for the battles. We were just told when and where to go, and that's pretty much what we did. So I was unaware of a lot of the circumstances. When I read the book Mark Bowden wrote, Way 1968, I learned probably more from that book about the battle than I knew. I just knew what was happening in my gun team, my squad, my platoon, just what was directly around us at the time.
I was in Phu Bai. I was in Phu Bai. I wasn't doing nothing. It was kind of an easy day. And then the next thing I know, they told us to saddle up. We were going up north to a place, Way City. And I've been there twice. I've been away twice. I did a convoy up through there, and as I said before, it was a beautiful place. For a young kid my age, to see something that beautiful, you couldn't see it in a postcard. It was so beautiful. I went back to Phu Bai, and the next thing I know, they told us to saddle up again. We're going back to Way. And this time, all hell broke loose. I mean, guys were dropping all around me. It was just rough.
It was a lot scarier not knowing what was going to happen next or where you were going to be sent to next or what you were going to be asked to do. But it couldn't have been a whole lot scarier than the situation we were in. You were shot at all the time. You were, there was wounded and dead around you all the time, 24/7. So it was a very traumatic situation to speak of. To say the least, but I think it would, I've thought about it a lot, I think it would have been more stressful having the responsibility for somebody else, having the responsibility to try to keep people alive and try to come up with a plan that would minimize casualties and take the objection that we were set to do that day.
I wouldn't take nobody out in the bush. I couldn't do it no more. Not that I couldn't. I didn't want to lose no more guys. And that was my biggest fear. I got tired of putting ponchos on these guys. And it was rough. I didn't think I was going to make it. No, I'll always say that. I didn't think I was going to make it. I was just 17 years old and way up on the tower.
I had the machine gun, and I was firing out of a window in the house, and at the North Vietnamese Army, of course, and then we were receiving a lot of fire at the same time, so I would have to duck back behind the window when fire was coming through the window. And I stepped back in the window to fire again, and that's when I got hit in the chest, shot in the chest with an AK-47.
We fought our way up. Like I said, we went to Mass that morning. And Father Eli gave mass. I was Catholic. I'm Catholic. And like I said, I told Donnie I'll see you over. And Harrington had, Bob came by looking for people, so Harrington gave me, I went with Bob and some other guys. Everybody I went up with dead or gone. I have not seen anybody but Bob since then. I haven't seen anybody else. Bob is the only one I've seen from my platoon. I guess that's why we got the name Dying Delta. Everybody died. So.
The way we were treated when we came home from Vietnam, a lot to do with the prejudice against us. There were cases where, a lot of cases where you weren't given an equal consideration because you was a Vietnam veteran. And you were looked at a little bit differently than regular people. So we figured if we were going to get a fair shake on a job interview or do anything, that the best thing to do would be not to let anybody know you were a Vietnam veteran.
Everybody wanted to do the same thing I did. They wanted to live. I lost a lot of friends. I was a young dude, didn't know shit. I thought I knew something. I didn't know nothing till I got back. It's a motherfucker having people die in your arms for, believe me. It's a motherfucker. That will go with you the rest of your life. Nightmares after nightmares and shit. I've been married 4 times and fucked up each one of my marriages because of that goddamn war.